Benjamin Crump apparently believes that the Trayvon Martin, George Zimmerman case is a civil rights case, and I disagree completely. This is absolutely nothing but a self-defense case, but for him to make money and to further his racist agenda, he has to make this a civil rights case. So I wanted to show you a little bit about what he has to say and then talk about it.
This is, I think, the preeminent civil rights case of this millennium thus far, because this whole stand your ground law has a very impactful effect on our community.
So this is more important than any civil rights battle ever for the last 1,000 years. This is what he just said. So just let that soak in, especially black people. Black people, look around your life. Look around and say, this case, this particular case about this black kid that attacked this watchman, this case is more important than what Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. did. Okay? This is more important than Rosa Parks. Absolutely. This thing is just so much more important. You know, and so from now on we have to understand that black people will not put up with this shit anymore. Do you understand what I'm telling you? No more. What are they not going to put up with? They're not going to put up with being shot for attacking people. It's just not going to happen. No more of that.
More so than anybody else. Stand your ground don't work so well when we say stand your ground, but when others say stand your ground against us, it seems to do okay.
That's probably because when you say stand your ground, you have no evidence to support your claims. You can't go up to somebody and knock the hell out of them and beat them senseless and then shoot them and then say it was stand your ground. When there's no injuries on yourself, there's no damage, there's no evidence to support your claims whatsoever. You can't. So well, that's your problem. That it has nothing to do with us. In this case, George has all the injuries. Trayvon has none.
And so I think in that vein, stand your ground is just not good law. It's too subjective. And this is a civil.
So it's too subjective because what is it? Why is it too subjective? What he's saying is that it's too subjective because people can make up their own minds. They can decide, is this a self-defense case or not? Well, that's the way the law works, Mr. Crump. I didn't know you realized that or not. The jury gets to look at the case. They get to make the decision. Is this a stand your ground case or not? Did Trayvon attack George? Yes or no? And if the answer is we can't be sure, but George has injuries, we can't be absolutely sure. George has injuries, and he has witnesses that say that they saw him on the ground with Trayvon on top. What more do you need?
Rights case because it affects your very basic rights to live on this earth.
He said this is a civil rights case because it affects your very right to live on this earth. So what he's saying is Trayvon lost his right to live on this earth because of the stand your ground case. But what he needs to understand is Trayvon forfeited his right to live on this earth when he attacked another human being and put their life in jeopardy. That's a fact. So if you want to talk about who has the human right to live, it's not the aggressor. It's not the guy who's doing the attacking. Whether or not George was following him, that's not aggressive. Not in Florida law, not in any law. So it's not illegal. So that's just, let's not even talk about that. Following George had every right to monitor Trayvon's movements. That's a fact. And that's why they didn't charge him with that.
If I can kill you on a subjective belief, isn't that the most basic civil right?
Think very carefully, Mr. Crump. When somebody's got you on the ground, they're sitting on your chest so there's no escape, basically holding you hostage or holding you against your will. banging your head on the concrete. Is it subjective that you feel fear of death? I think not. And I think Mr. Crump is an idiot because he suggests such a thing. And I try not to use such words because it's just not conducive for debate. But it's obvious that Mr. Crump has no idea. I have no idea how he made it through school.
Right to live and breathe and walk in the communities that I legally have a right to do so, and you not to base on a subjective belief, come and shoot me and be able to not even go to jail.
That's the way our law works. If you come to me and attack me, bust my nose, slam me on the ground, bust my head on the concrete, and threaten me with my life, then I have every right to end yours. That's our law. It's not only our law, it's common law. It goes way back into England. So, this is something that Mr. Crump obviously didn't study. I think that they don't really teach him a lot in those classes.
That sounds a very powerful message.
It sure does. The message is keep your hands to yourself, or you might be shot. You might be killed. It should be a very clear message. And what the black leaders should be talking about is not how bad George is, but how young black people in the future can avoid the same fate as Trayvon. They should not make Trayvon a hero, because what's going to happen now, more black people will try to emulate him, hoping that maybe they too can become a Trayvon. Good talking to you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.